I'm happy with my oldest because I mean, there's some people that don't get to see old. so, so
Yeah,
you continue to cry about all the pains and the aches.
yes. So tell them. I'm asking Antonia. I say, Antonia, are we getting old? Are we getting headaches, joint pains, all of that stuff?
All
But
of
I
that.
don't know. I'm looking forward to it.
The knee, listen, when the knees,
Oh, my
every
knee
time
hurting
you
right
walk,
now.
the knee be like click, click, click. And I'm like, and then I start to kick out my knee as if that's going to do something.
I'm waking up with pain. I'm like, come on, my body was relaxed. How am I gonna wake up and my knees gonna be in pain?
Wait,
That's
hold on.
crazy.
Are you at the stage yet where you get out of the bed and you have to basically wait a second for your knee, for your legs
Yep.
to feel like they want to walk?
Sometimes, sometimes you gotta do that little rock. All right. Come on now, get up.
1, 2, 3. Oh my god! I tell you.
Oh,
You know what's crazy though? When we
what?
look back at the way we used to laugh at our mothers, not even the
Yeah,
men. Like we used to laugh
yeah,
at our mothers, like, oh Lord, it's like yes, you're Sunday, y'all gonna get all one day too.
yeah.
No.
I used to see him trying to sit down and making that noise.
Mm,
Ah.
mhm. I mean, I say to mommy, I'd be like, mommy, why y'all make so much noise for? Where you have to go?
Mhm. Yeah. Or they just drop in the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it all the way down.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, check out the shirt. Come on, we gotta take a moment here to check out the shirt. Antonia, plug this. Tell people where to get your stuff, man. It's
T-shirts
good.
and denim.com.
She's got good stuff. She's got, and I'm not saying that because you sent it to me for free. Okay, I love free, but the shirt's good. Okay, and I love that you got so many different designs and kind of themes.
Thank you.
What's your bestseller?
You know, it's hard to tell.
I like these. I like this one though. When I put it on, I actually felt empowered.
So you know what?
I
That
love
one.
it.
So that one originally was I was doing them. I think at first how it on the website. I think I have it in just white. So basically white
Mhm.
on a black. And then when I did it for myself and I wore to work, I think it was sometime in February. I don't even remember. I did red and the red, black, and
Yeah,
the
I
red
see
shirt,
the
no,
one
black
that
shirt, red
that
and white.
Sadie has. Shout out to
Right.
Sadie.
Yeah. And then I decided, you know what, like I want to, because I like to when I'm basically gifting them, I like to ask people like, what's your favorite color, right?
Yeah.
So it's either going to be the T-shirt or the text that's going to be whatever the favorite color is.
Hmm.
And that's one of the things that I appreciate about what I do
Hmm.
is that even though the website only has black and white T-shirts, you can get any color T-shirt, you can get any color text, and I
Yeah.
think that it's important to be unique to who you are, and like, and so that's one of the things that I'm appreciate it. It's a lot of work sometimes.
Yeah, but
But
I
I love
love
it.
options. I love
Yeah.
options because
Yeah.
that way, even if two people have the same shirt, the design doesn't have to look the same. And to
Absolutely.
give somebody options like that, I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
I
So
saw the one Sadie had on. I'm like, I want that one. The one with the red.
yeah.
I love it.
But I love that. I love that the combination.
Yeah.
I'm saying it like
Yeah.
I didn't make it, but I'm
I know.
seeing it, like seeing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. It's got good vibes, good energy on it. And I'm gifting you something in return. It's coming. You know. The artist, it just takes a while.
Thanks.
It takes.
Oh, God, but how you
I,
doing? How
I'm
you doing?
good. I'm
Let's
good.
chat.
Let's chat. All right.
Mhm.
So doing pretty good. The last couple of days with all what's going on in the news, I've just had to take some time.
First of all, you're in Florida, and I consider coming because I have family in Florida
Yeah.
from West Palm. Wait, no, he's in Palm Bay. From Palm Bay straight down to Miami. I have family.
Okay.
I saw in the news yesterday that they're gonna allow y'all to walk around with guns, and I said I ain't going on here.
I'm not sure. I don't think that's the first state to do that though. But
Well, it
I,
ain't in New York.
no, no, no. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, Wild Wild West down there. They're gonna be like, no.
But I didn't even know that. So you telling me that's how
Yeah,
much I've
I
kind
think
of cocooned.
it's as a. Let me look it up. I think it because I don't really watch the news, but
Yeah.
the 3 days when I go to the office, I do turn it on just so that I can get the weather and the train traffic, just so I can see,
Hmm.
right? And unfortunately, that's when I'm hearing all the nonsense that's going on in the world. And when I saw it, like people like standing in certain businesses and they have their big old long gun.
Yeah, I think there's certain places right now. I can't remember the state though, but there's a states right now you could just buy the ammo from vending machines.
Oh, what?
Yeah, yeah,
See,
that's the thing.
I like living in a bubble. I did a video I didn't post yet.
Yeah,
It's on the channel, but it's still on private status. And it's about me living most of my life with rose colored glasses on,
right.
but basically being as naive and as gullible as I want to be. And you know what? I love that life because
It has its benefits.
oh yes.
And we could talk about that in the time that this stuff is so chaotic. The news is so filled with this trauma, this terror, this just bad news. And I mean, once it starts, it just goes down a rabbit
Snowball.
hole of
Yep.
never ending angles and dramas to this stuff. But how do you stay centered, grounded with all of that going on? Especially if you're somebody that you like to stay away from
Hmm.
maybe the news that, but you can't get away from it. People are talking about it.
It's
It's
everywhere.
inundated. Yeah. How do
It's
you
everywhere. So
deal in that time?
my TV in my bedroom goes on only the 3 mornings. That's it. So I only it's practically paperweight. So I live on YouTube, right? Because
Yeah.
YouTube is where YouTube I go to YouTube University,
Yeah, me too.
and then I also use it for entertainment, and plus I also have my channels.
Yeah.
So you're always seeing the highlights. You're always
Yeah.
seeing like something.
Something in your feed.
Yes, and oftentimes a lot of those political foolishness is like clickbait.
Yeah.
And I'm telling myself, like, we're gonna escape. So I'm grateful that I'm at this point in my life now where I'm learning how to enjoy life,
Mhm.
right? Meaning stopping someplace and dancing and just not caring who's watching me.
I see
Um
that. I love
yeah,
listen. I love your dancing, by the way. I can't
thank you.
comment for some reason, but I love
I
watching
gotta
you
look and see
dance.
why you can't comment.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
And
Um
I
but
see the way people react to you when you are, you know?
but I feel like it's so important to know how to protect your energy and know how to protect your peace. And that's one of the things that has happened for me in the month of September is that I'm finding my voice, I'm using it, and I'm happy about it, right? Because
Mhm.
I found my voice, I want to say sometimes late last year or whatever, but lately I realized that I'm using it with people that I actually know and care for,
Right.
right? Um, there's some there are a bunch of different things that I need to do before the end of this week in terms of
Mhm.
basically conversations that I need to have so I can say I can't do this anymore type thing. Um, Yesterday morning I did a video last night, the one that you saw this
Yeah.
morning about me being on a train. And I'm witnessing myself grow and do things that once used to be very uncomfortable for me. Right.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah. And I think that the climate that we're in now, this political climate, is the time when everyone needs to basically find something that brings them joy.
Mhm.
Because if we follow this nonsense over here, you can go down a rabbit hole, depression can set in.
Yeah, you
You
don't
know what
want
I'm
to leave your
saying?
house. I'm
Yeah,
seeing
and
I'm seeing people who comment on this stuff then saying I don't
yeah,
want to leave my house. You
yeah,
know what I
and it's
mean?
kind of like it's kind of like COVID all over again, where you're gonna
Yeah.
basically be confined to your home.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is it's winter, so no one likes, well, up here.
You don't want to go out anyway.
It's gonna be dark anyway. But it's just we're in such an unhealthy space,
Right.
and it's sad.
Yeah. It's
It's
sad.
very sad.
But I think when it happens like that where it seems like the darkness is kind of, encroaching and it's coming in and it's wanting to kind of take over. I think that's when the stars need to shine.
Absolutely.
And I think this is where we stand in our purpose. This is discovering our purpose, and now we standing in our purpose. Because I remember when I asked the universe, I'm like, what's my purpose here? You know what I mean? Because I came to a point in my life where there was so many angles I could take in terms of what I could do. I'm in that space of, okay, I'm not working right now. I know I still have a lot of healing to do. Where do I go from here? And my instructions was to go outside, and I was out in that 12 noon Arizona heat, walking in a circle in my backyard, barefoot,
Oh, that's why I'm gonna miss walking outside barefoot. Carry on.
going through my own initiation. And my guidance was just walk and just be in a state of peace until you get your answer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I walked around 4 or 5 times, and then I heard my own voice say, your purpose is joy.
Mm-hmm.
And initially I was like, oh, I'm waiting for like a big assignment. I'm like, that's it.
Well, that's whack. I
I'm
won't
happy.
resign.
I'm happy all the time. I'm like, but joy and happiness is different.
Mm-hmm.
It's different states of being. You can have moments, what I'm saying, of
Mm-hmm.
happiness, but you live in your joy.
Child. You see me dancing?
And so when I found out that was my purpose, then I had to take active steps to not only protect it, but to embrace it and to
And nurture
accept
it.
it. Yeah, and to honor it and to make it sacred. And now what did that look like? And, and so when stuff like this is going on the news, I understand what I need to do, because no matter what's going on out there, I need to protect my purpose.
And your bubble.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly because the journey to happiness is one that it in my based on my experience, right? It's not easy to get there.
Yeah.
But now that I found my happiness and I found my joy, ain't nobody like I did a
Yeah.
video. I don't think I posted it is yet about protecting your what was it again? Oh, like don't let nobody steal your joy.
Yeah.
When people used to say those things, or don't let anyone dim your light, or don't dim your light for anybody, I never
Hmm.
really understood what it meant, right? Because it's like, well, I ain't got no
Yeah.
light to dim, or. But now that I found it, right, it
Right.
is so sacred to me,
Hmm.
right? So this is why I'm grateful that God designed my life where I was able to walk away from the people who I used to call friend,
All right.
and I'm learning how to exist in a world by myself.
Right.
That's why I get my turtle. And what it's
Yeah.
teaching me is that um, it's possible. There were times when I used to be like, oh my God, I used to say to mommy, well, mommy, you have me. I mean, she has other children, but
Right.
um,
You're the favorite.
well, no, they're not around. So, so I'm like, well, mommy, you have me, so I'm gonna be here to give you some hot water if you thirsty water. Well, who am I gonna have? And that used to really and truly bother me. Like when I get old, I'm not gonna have anyone, blah blah blah. But as I'm growing older, I'm realizing I don't need anyone. Not that I
Right.
don't need anyone, right?
Right.
But I do believe that our people will come to us when it's time.
Find your tribe.
Yes, and I'm happy. I'm happy knowing that. I'm happy knowing that I have a fantastic relationship with God,
Yeah.
and that He has led me here
Mm-hmm.
on purpose.
Right.
And so, therefore, the people that is supposed to meet me at in different chapters or different avenues or different whatever
Right. Right.
will meet me there,
Yeah.
right? So for now, I'm just enjoying today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
and and that's beautiful, because existence is resonance, and the reality we experience is what we resonate for
Hmm.
ourselves. So
Hmm.
when you get to a place of, I think, peace within you, and you're looking at all the things about you, your flaws, what I'm saying, the things you're great at, the overall essence of Antonia or K, you
Hmm.
know, you resonate on a different vibration. And that resonance, it opens doors and it opens opportunities
Mm-hmm.
and it's magnetic and it attracts. So the best state you can be in at any time is what's going to attract all those people in.
Yeah.
And I think the hard part, but also the good part, is that sometimes when you resonate and vibrate on a different level, people fall away.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be hard when, especially you don't make friends easily, or it's not that easy for you to
I
trust.
sure don't.
And you, you know, it's hard. It's like, come on, I only got two left, and you want me to give that up too?
No, but you know what though? I feel like I feel like it's one of those things that because I there's a saying that says introverts don't make friends, extroverts adopt them, and we never leave. We hang on for dear life, and it's true, right? Um, and I feel like everything else, when you have a friend, when because I'm that person who I love hard. If I
Yeah,
meet you and I say you're my friend, you my friend. You
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
going nowhere, like
yeah,
Chucky.
yeah.
We friends for life. But then as I grow older and when I start to see qualities in people that really does not align with my beliefs,
Yeah,
like in who I am, I learn how to just let you be you,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So over the past, it's almost as if like when a rocket ship takes off and the thing starts to fall off.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel as if like that's what I've experienced the past 2 years ish. And the people who mean the most to me
Right,
at some point, that also that takes time, right? Because I feel like God knows us, and so
right,
therefore He does it in, it's not like He rips off the band-aid. It's like,
right.
like it happens over time. And so my best friend, we used to work together,
Mm-hmm.
and unfortunately he was let go. And when I tell you, I cried, came my bomb, and I ball, and I
Work
just
was never gonna be the same.
no, because I don't know this company without him.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
He sat 2 seats over from me, and especially after COVID, most of the other people had left,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, and so therefore, he was my ace boon coon, and I
Yeah,
knew he lived South Jersey. I'm in New York, so I'm not gonna see him again. And I cried that weekend, and I had to tell myself, Antonia, he's not dead. Calm
yeah,
down, right? And so on Monday, because people, like, because I dress, and then he's like a well dressed black man, so we people used to be like, oh my God, the Toya, whatever. And I had to learn how to exist in that space without him, right?
yeah,
And so the first week, anytime anybody asked me, I'm so sorry, because they knew that,
yeah,
and I never, because
yeah.
'cause when you're going through anything, you never really can see a day when you wouldn't feel that sad. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And every day is a chance to grow, get better, or heal.
yeah,
And I'm happy that I'm at the space now where I realize that I can exist in that space without him.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, and the biggest challenge in situations like that, loss. That seems to be the theme
Yes.
is loss,
Yeah.
loss. Surrounding all this stuff in the news. Maybe loss from just change. Stuff changes, and it can feel like loss.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
um, I think it forces us to face those uncomfortable emotions, and it puts us in the place we try to avoid, and it turns on the tenderness and turns on the vulnerability, and of course what comes with that's going to be the tears, and half of us, we don't want to cry.
I cry. I'm a crier. I cry. I,
You
I cry.
gotta cry.
Look, I'm on the
It's okay
street.
to cry.
If I'm not running or walking, I'm on the bus.
Just flinging them tears. It's okay to cry.
It gets better though as we grow older, right? Because I'm I'm from the mindset that nothing bad happens. Everything that
Yeah.
happens in the moment, it might seem bad, it might seem negative, but in those moments, it's when I believe that we grow,
Mm.
right? It's when we're being stretched. It's when we are, it's almost as if like we have to basically break through this thing
Yeah.
in order to evolve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm loving it. I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm really loving life right now,
It is.
despite the madness that's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Yeah. Because what else you gonna do?
What else I'm gonna do is be like some people that's miserable. Why people miserable, Kay?
I don't know, Antonia. I think when you don't, when you can't give words to what you're feeling, when you don't have a pathway of how to feel it, when you're afraid to feel it because of who your friends and your social circle is. Listen, a lot of people have social circles that they need to get rid of.
I mean,
Because if you can't be vulnerable with the people you got in your life and truly be yourself, you're always going to be miserable because there's some part of you that's not being expressed.
so I feel like prior to me learning about introversion, I never used to like, and I guess I wasn't a good friend now that I'm thinking about it.
That's okay.
Because
At some point,
I
we
never
all
opened
there.
to anybody. Like
Yeah,
I never shared me. Like, you know, if we went out
yeah,
and we're partying, yes, and because my circle was always very small.
yeah,
And one time I was visiting um, a former friend
yeah.
at her home, and she was there with like two other persons, right?
Mm-hmm,
So her new friend that she met on the train asked her, "Well, how do you all know each other?"
mm-hmm.
And me being who I am, I said, "Well, I know them by default. Like we're friends by default." I didn't I didn't mean any insult, but it's basically I did.
Right.
I met one gentleman that was there. I met through her, right?
Yeah.
Because I used to sell jewelry on the side, and she had a jewelry party. She hosted a party, and I met him at her home, and then
Right.
I met her through a relationship.
Right.
That's to me it's the fault. It wasn't like
But
if
I
she
can see how
told
from
her.
their perspective, it's like, I mean, that makes it seem like he's not a friend.
I mean, but you know what's funny? So she's when we were well, I don't know what the new friend was, but we're all West Indian, and I feel like the Jamaican, the guy, he didn't take offense to it. He
Right.
didn't
Right.
take offense to it, but she did, and I mean, I'm not gonna say I felt bad for saying it because it's true. Like
Right.
the people that I handpick is very very few because I'm
Right.
very picky with whom I'm basically sharing my space and my time
Yeah.
with.
And your energy with. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, so I feel like maybe I wasn't a good friend, like because I feel like people are okay coming to me for advice, opinion,
Right.
just a
Right.
vent and all that. So I'm the resident therapist.
Right. Right.
But I didn't find that in them, and I think that my spirit didn't allow me to I don't trust every and anybody with
Yeah.
my,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, with my
Yeah.
life. You know, now that I'm on YouTube, I'm gonna trust the world.
Which is so strange, right? That you have the person right there
Right.
that you could vet.
But
You
now I'm
don't
gonna
trust them, but you trust the people you don't even know.
don't even know.
Hey, to me, I don't care what avenue it is. I think as long as you find a way to just be you.
I think that's exactly what it
Yeah.
is, and
And it
I do
doesn't matter
believe
what format it takes, as long as
no.
it's, yeah.
And it's not easy to be vulnerable and be your authentic self out in public, right?
But that big R word, rejection.
That's exactly what, and judgment,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And because I was that person, so first of all, I will confess that on our last call, I had an assignment to do, and I didn't get to complete it fully,
Oh, okay.
right? Because I was supposed to go and basically do all these videos about how I did whatsoever. The one video that I started to work on last week, actually brainstorming, was my journey on social media and how I
Mhm.
started in the videos, right?
Yeah.
And when I look back, I'm like, Lord have mercy. I was that person who, if I put up my tripod and somebody came, I would snatch that bad boy and run. And now here I am dancing,
Yeah.
dancing on the boardwalk and people walking by and
Which is so strange because when you create that world, that bubble, you can decide if your day is going to be joyful. You really get to see where you're like, hey, I choose what this day is going to be instead of the day just happening to me and I'm just
correct,
reacting.
correct.
And I think when people see us choosing joy in the midst of chaos, that's that's the shine.
That is,
That's the
I
shine.
love that.
That no matter what's going on, I have chosen
I love that.
instead
That's
to
your next.
make
That's
this
your next
day joy.
T-shirt. Your next T-shirt
Yeah.
is chosen. Mhm.
Yes. Oh, hey, put it on it.
I
I
do have chosen
accept.
design. I do have chosen, and I love to give away chosen.
Ah, I love that.
But it is it. I do believe, but you know what? It is a journey. It's a journey to get to where we are now.
Yep.
And I think that it's not very easy to discover what your purpose is. But what you did is the correct way. Is to basically ask. What you have to do is ask, like,
Yeah.
what is my purpose?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And be okay with exploring the different ideas.
Yeah. Because the thing is, there's a lot of ways that people tell you you can discover your purpose, and you can go through sessions and you do spiritual journeys, be it
Hmm.
through religion or just your own, a guru or whatever. But ultimately, it's a personal journey.
Yes.
One so personal that you will have no teacher.
Right.
You will have no guru.
Right.
It will just be you
You.
and God,
Hmm.
whatever God is for you. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's very personal.
Yep.
And that conversation is personal, and that
Yep.
discovery is personal, and that purpose is given to you specifically,
Yes.
with all the ways it's going to develop later into these gifts, these
Yep.
beautiful gifts. And it has to be that way because you have to believe it. And there's no way you would believe it if somebody else told it to you.
You know what's funny though? I think in my life has been that such. I used to want that. Like I used to
Yeah.
want people to tell me, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
What is my
Some sense
purpose?
of direction. Yeah.
But they can't tell me what my purpose is.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
And so I'm it's weird to say, but I'm grateful for COVID. I'm grateful for the pandemic
Hmm.
because if not for the pandemic, I wouldn't have discovered that I'm an introvert. I would still
Yeah.
be saying that I'm shy and socially awkward. I'm
Right.
not gonna say that.
And making it a blame instead of it empowering you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, because then that's when I used to feel weird. I used to feel like I didn't belong. I used to feel um like I was forcing myself to be something that I wasn't and be in
Hmm.
places that I didn't belong. And after learning about introversion and now living my life on purpose every
Yeah.
day, I'm enjoying it, right?
And
Uh,
you know what I love about that? You
mhm.
had to be out of a state of fear to end up at self exploration. And
Absolutely.
that's why I try to encourage that all the time is any area of your life where you have fear, work on it, face it. Because it's only when the fear is removed that you actually see yourself. Because
Absolutely.
you could have chosen to be in that time in fear,
Yeah.
which would have never gave you the space to explore yourself
Yeah.
and discover this. So to move out of fear into self-discovery, look at where it's gotten you
Right.
now. So that's amazing.
Thank you. And honestly, I feel like because when I look at some people and I see that they appear to be stuck,
Mhm.
I think it's exactly that. I think that they're not stuck. They're choosing to stay in the comfort zone because they're too afraid of what's on the other side.
Yeah.
I won't jump out of a plane. I'm afraid of snakes and snails and lizards and worms.
Not you. I'd
But
rather you
as
telling me
far,
about the lizards.
oh Lord, yeah. So I won't be coming to Florida because of the lizards and the guns.
That makes sense. Next thing you know, you see a lizard with a gun. It's like, what's happening in the world, man? There's aliens, there's lizards, they got guns.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
That'd be
Oh
your worst nightmare, huh? A lizard with a gun.
my God! Oh, can you imagine?
Give me all your money.
Right. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
that's funny.
Oh dear God. Mm-mm.
But
This would have good. That should be the name of today's
I
today's
know
topic. Listen with a gun.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm
Listen
gonna
with
do
a
it.
gun. Oh
Ah,
God. Today's episode is brought to you by listen, The headache that I had, it just got
It's
bigger.
gone. Listen, I was hoping you'd say it was gone. And I'm about to be like, listen,
Oh,
laughter,
God, that's funny.
laughter can cure anything.
Yes, it really can. It really
Yeah.
can.
All right.
Man,
What were we
listen.
talking about before? What the hell were we talking about before the listen with the gun?
I don't even remember. Oh, I think we're talking about choosing joy, and then we're talking about fear.
Okay.
Like I said,
Okay.
I'm afraid of those things.
Right. And I did the same thing during COVID too, which was really took time to explore myself. I think that's right during that time too. I got the message to start my channel. I actually got my first channeling. I did my very first channeling
Hmm.
was during that time too, where I was doing a lot of just walking outside barefoot, and I was washing dishes, and I heard the voice of what felt like the first mother, right?
Hmm.
A cosmic mother. It was that voice that it made you straighten up. It had authority.
Hmm.
It had power, and she was like, "It's time." I didn't know what that meant, but I just dropped the dishes. I ran upstairs, and I know I grabbed my recorder, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. And I was just recording on my phone. I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And it just, I just felt this energy of confidence just enter my body, and I just spoke. And once I did that, I broke the mold,
Hmm.
because that was the greatest fear, was allowing that energy to be present in my body.
Yeah.
So there's nothing I faced that, yeah, I still get jitters when I got to do lives and, stuff like that. But once you face that big fear,
Hmm.
the big one,
Yeah.
which is usually very personal, it's nothing you have to do. It's
Right.
not the camera, it's not the
Right.
people, it's the personal thing.
Yeah.
The big fear inside.
Yeah.
Once you do that, once you face that, everything else is easy to do.
Right. I agree. I agree because like I'm still. Um, it's crazy how this isn't a world that I ever imagined that I would be in, and like you, um, it was last. I think I mentioned it on when we spoke the last time that it was last April.
Yeah.
It was towards maybe like the third week ish in April. Is when the spirit told me you have to start a YouTube channel. I was like, no, I don't. Because by then I already had the faceless YouTube channel, and for some reason, like I couldn't shake the thought, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking,
Oh, and guess what? I just realized we're live on my YouTube.
are you?
This whole time I was talking, I didn't know. I kept seeing numbers at the top. I'm like, what do you mean 3 people? I'm like, it's only us recording. I forgot. I forgot I linked it to my YouTube. Hi guys, I can't see you, but
Hi.
this was supposed to be a recording that uploaded
No,
later.
no, no, no. That's what we wanted. That's not
I
what God
know,
wanted.
I know, I know. So I'm just gonna roll with it.
Oh wait, and look at all the comments. Okay, okay, okay. Hi Wade. Hi Candace. Hi Starling.
Oh man, I'm over here. I'm glad I didn't do nothing embarrassing.
Well, it would have been recorded. But
Yeah,
it's
and
not like
here
we
I would
edit.
have thought, oh, I'm gonna edit it out later.
I don't do that. I don't. I don't do that. What were we saying?
I don't know.
Oh, we were talking about. I was saying how for me it was last April. Late April is when I was told that I have to do the
Right.
YouTube channel, and I went to work the next day, and I was telling one of my colleagues who my spirit led me to basically have conversations about me being introvert because it took her a long time to basically accept the fact
Yeah.
that I was an introvert. 'Cause she was like, not you, because the way that
Right.
I present in a very confident. I'm the one walking around the office
Right.
in heels with my afro
Right.
wave, talking to no one. And she said that one of her, because we were in the same department. No, but we're both in finance, but I'm in reporting and she's in billing. And
Right.
she mentioned that pre-COVID, one of her colleagues, a gentleman, used to call me Diana Ross and lady this and because I used to walk around like this.
Yeah. Head
But
of
I
the
don't think
class.
I did. I just never used to know how to make eye contact. I used to try to avoid people. And I
Right.
think that they looked at it as me being antisocial, standoffish, and
Yeah.
all that. But they don't realize that the turmoil that I was having inside to basically see people or have people see me.
Right.
But anyway, I said to her, I said, my spirit was telling me last night that I have to start a YouTube channel. And I was like, I really don't want to, but I said I can't start it because it's too late in April, so I'm going to do it in May. I'm trying to think of a date, and
Right.
I thought May 15th. She said out loud May 15th, and I was like May 15th it is, and it was difficult, but because I made myself and my spirit that promise
Right.
on the 15th, I recorded a video. All I had to do was basically change the status to
Yeah.
you know
To
it
public.
child.
Yeah.
But
And I
I
think.
did, right? I because I said the 15th. I don't remember what it was late in the night. Cause I always tell people the day ends at 11:59.
I think I never wanted to be a liar to myself. That's one thing I was always good at. I'm like, I'm never going to lie to myself.
Hmm.
So when
Hmm.
I said, okay, you're going to do this, if I didn't, I'd be breaking my own rules. So by putting it, I backed myself into a corner. And once I said I was going to do it, okay, I had to do it. Otherwise, I'm like, okay, you just lied to yourself.
Hmm.
So I tricked my own mind that way to get
To
things
do it,
done.
yeah,
Yeah, just to do it. So
yeah.
it's like whatever way you can find to just do this
Hmm.
and
Just
step
do it,
into your purpose, just do it.
yeah.
Even
That's
if you
it.
got to trick yourself, just do it.
Just do it. I mean, the reality of it is, right? We are quick to help everybody else. We'll drop what we're doing.
Yeah.
Not anymore. But because I used
Yeah.
to basically give away so much of myself and my time.
Let's talk about that. The people pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
people pleasing. It's
it's
exhausting.
let me tell you when I finally felt bad about it. It was during COVID because pre-COVID, I was very much into church. When I joined that church, I was on just about every committee. And the ones that I wasn't on, they pulled me in, right? Because I
Right.
was good at technology, I was good at event planning, I was good at designing flyers.
Right.
God gave me all these gifts, right?
Right.
And they used me,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
allowed it, and
Yeah.
some of the older Jamaicans, mostly older Jamaican ladies that go to the church, they you pull me to the side and say, Antonia, don't make them, don't. No, it's okay, it's
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
right? Because when you're young, you're
You
trying to
don't want
think
to
that
say no.
you don't want to say no.
You don't want to say no.
And I was in a professional women's club, and it was the same thing. Like I was there everything because I think I was the youngest one, but then I was the techie one and this one. And it was then during COVID because mommy, we on Saturdays you want to go hang out, whether go to the
Mhm.
shops or whatever have you. And one Saturday, mommy got vexed and she kissed her teeth. And I said, and I started to laugh and I said, mommy, what's wrong? We can't bother with you, yeah, man. What? I said, what did I do? Every Saturday, club, 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 club. And I laughed and I said, no, it's not. And when I thought about it, I was like, oh shoot, it is. And
Yeah.
then I realized that, God bless me in a way such that I'm able to have my mom live with me, right?
Hmm.
But what is the purpose of her living with me if I'm not spending time with her, right?
Right.
And my
Right.
thing is just like, so if God take her tomorrow, I'm going to bawl my eyes out when I could have
Right.
basically, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I right before COVID, I started to tell the church, I'm not doing this next year. Oh,
Right.
you're just saying that. No, I'm not. I'm seriously, I'm not doing this next year. I'm not planning yet this, year that. I'm not doing these things.
Yeah.
And they didn't believe me, and I guess they didn't believe me because I didn't believe it either, right? Because
Right.
when if you say no and the time comes around and you see that they're struggling, the
Yeah.
human in you is going to say, okay, I'm going to help. Child, COVID came and put an exclamation full stop, no. and I haven't looked back. Like I still, like I still maintain. I'm also the webmaster, so
Hmm.
I still, like maintain the website, but that's it. Um, there are times when I will do things, off site,
Hmm.
t-shirts or whatever have you, but that's it. And there's nothing like owning that power, right? Because I was able to say to them, you know what? You're retired. You are a senior citizen who is
Hmm.
retired. So you're a woman of your leisure. You can do whatever you want. I want to be that one day.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think I think when it comes to people pleasing, it's hard to say no,
Mm-hmm.
right?
No, it's not.
Especially if it's attached to abandonment issues. If you feel like if I say no, they're not gonna want to be my friend or they're gonna want to leave me. You know what I mean? I think we want to be nice to everybody and be there for everybody.
Not any. Listen to me.
No, in the unhealthy state
Oh, you
of
mean
it.
in the
Yeah,
early stages?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Once
No,
you
absolutely.
yeah, once
I
you
do see that.
realize it, it's different. But in the unhealthy state of it, you say yes, 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 yes. There's a lot of people who are going to be like, oh, if you say yes, you're available, not knowing that you're probably not really available. You're just saying yes. Maybe you were hoping they'd be like, are you sure? So you could be like, well, you know what I mean? But it's hard to say no. You overextend yourself. You're doing so much. Nobody's giving back to you in that way. It can breed resentment. And then before you know it, you're just not happy with running into anybody now because you're afraid to say no. So now it's well, I'm just going to avoid you.
So I don't go to the church building, right?
Right.
I do church on Zoom.
A
And
lot of
I
people
said
doing
to,
that.
huh?
Say a lot of people are doing that, just online church.
Well, the good thing is, that's one of the good things that came out of COVID is that there's that option, right? Because
Yeah.
now you can go to any church you want.
Yeah.
But I said to mommy that when I look back, there are so many things that I allowed to happen to me, right? Because
Hmm.
people can't do what you don't allow them to do.
True.
So there's so many things that I allowed to happen to me. And so my spirit is still healing from that, right? So I still participate, I still send my envelope with my whatever have you if they ask me to do something. Because one or two times that I visited, I get this, oh my God, Antonia, I'm so glad to see you. Submitted like a kai because I need. So I said to mommy that I don't want my physical to be their reminder that they needed something from me.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I actually this week I was speaking to an elder church sister and she needed something and I was like, no,
Hmm.
you know, and there's no apologies behind it. There's no, because the reality of it is going back to what you were saying before about like overextended, that was me.
Yeah.
Now I am the energizer bunny. God gave me energy for days and I'm able to operate on 3 hours sleep.
Hmm.
There were times when I would be on the phone 1 o'clock in the morning with people. And I was like, but wait, them not have to get up tomorrow morning if I got work. Me have to get up.
Yep.
And then that's when things started to basically make sense in my head, right? So I said to mommy, I'm going to have office hours. I'm not going to answer my phone for certain people after 10 o'clock.
Yep.
10 o'clock came, 9 o'clock came, 8 o'clock to no. Right?
And the thing is, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Correct.
Just because you can take that call
Doesn't mean
after
you should.
hours, just
Correct.
because, especially if you're on vacation or if you're out of work and it's your
Time.
2 day, yeah, it's your time.
Yeah.
Because for every call you take, for every invitation you answer that you really don't want to go to, that's your meditation,
Mm-hmm.
that's your creativity,
Mm-hmm.
that's you putting in time in with your family.
Correct.
So
Mm-hmm.
so for every time you say yes when you really want to say no, you're kind of chipping away at your confidence,
Mm-hmm.
because saying yes at the right time and saying no at the right time builds your confidence
Absolutely.
and it makes you more whole. So if you're saying yes when you really want to say no, you're not using your voice, you're not building that confidence. So when the confidence don't show up in certain areas, you got to look at what other areas it's kind of being siphoned,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
I mean, the one, let me tell you, finding that finding your voice thing is so real.
Yeah.
Because there was a point in time when I never used to like the sound of my voice. And I think because of that, I used to speak very low.
Hmm.
I used to talk fast.
Right.
Mom used to be like, what you say? What you say? Where I chew the food? Where I chew your word them for? And I'm like, Lord, duh. And I had to learn how to enunciate my words
Yeah.
so people can hear me. um and it's all a part of that whole being confident with who you are, right? And basically finding your voice. um you see that word no? I actually have a t-shirt that says no, don't make this weird.
And if you can't find the words to say it, find a good t-shirt company.
Right.
Like, what's
T-shirt
it called? She'll say it for you.
Listen,
And then all you gotta do
I have one that
is
says
record.
hi. I have one that says hi, I don't care, thanks. And that one, I get so much compliment, especially from like women and older
Yeah,
women. They're like, "Oh my god, I love that shirt." I never
yeah.
have my business card, and that's a part of me that I need to basically work on. Normal
Gotta sell
people that
yourself.
have businesses, if somebody said, "Oh, I like that shirt," "Oh, here's my business card. You can go online and
Yeah,
get."
yeah, yeah.
Not me.
Yeah. I
I gotta
think
work on that
I
part.
can have that too because I'm over here creating a lot of art and it's hard for me sometimes to sell myself. But my hesitation with that is I have to know myself.
Hmm.
I have to know what I'm selling.
Hmm.
I have to embody it. I have to live it. Because if you say who you are and you don't put your whole chest in it, you don't say it with confidence, nobody's going to believe it.
Nobody's, because if you don't believe it, how are they gonna believe
No.
it,
So
right?
if you building your brand, if you're an entrepreneur, and if you're doing this thing, that inner work goes hand in hand
Listen,
with creating the website, creating this whatever, making the cards, promoting it. That inner work is what's gonna sell that thing.
because in essence, right? I started a t-shirt business in late 2020, and it was right before I was having a conversation with a friend, and that's basically how the idea came about. And it was right before the elections, and I did a t-shirt with Kamala Harris's face and all of the West Indian flags because she come from Jamaica, you know what I mean? um at least her
Nah, I
daddy,
mean,
her daddy. Excuse me. And when I started, so basically it was in the beginning, it was meant to be just something fun. But I everything that I'm doing, I like to basically do it right. So I did the
right.
whole website thing. And when a cousin that lives in Florida said to me, "You're gonna need to go on social media," I'm like, "For what?" And he was like, "To advertise." I'm like, "Why?" So I hired someone to do it because I knew that that was not my thing back then.
Right.
Excuse me. The way that God set up my life, I've been in, well, we're all in training, right? But I've been in training for this thing here because one of my colleagues invited me to join a networking call. It was on Wednesday mornings at 7 o'clock, and I joined it, right? Because
Mhm.
then the way they had it was we were all business owners, right? And so they only had one of each type business. And the
Mhm.
whole purpose was for us to network together and then also refer our friends, family, or whoever needed such service to like, so basically
Right.
internally, right? So the way that what I didn't like about it was that they every week we had to go on and do a 45-second commercial. That was for me death.
Mm.
That was for me death. Like, why? Right? And then the worst part was because then every time I'll actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I love this setup because every time you had to have like one-on-one with each other. So every time you had a one-on-one referred business, closed business, you would get points, right? And
Right.
at the end of the quarter, you had to have 13 points. If you had 13 points, then you were qualified to basically do a 10-minute presentation about your business. When it was my turn, child, I tried to get out of it so bad. And I kept telling myself, no, you have to do this. You have to do this. I ended up doing it the first time. You see, when the second time came around, I made certain that I didn't have the 13 points. I made,
So, so you docked yourself your own
yes,
points
yes.
because
But
of the fear.
because of the fears. But you know
Yeah.
what happened during that time? Because I had to do the 45-second commercial every week, I had to come up with a tagline. And my tagline was, "At T-shirts and Denim, we help you to express yourself without saying a word." I
Hmm.
loved how it sounded then, and I love how it sounds now, right?
Right.
Now, when I look back, I realized that, and that's why I say that, I've been basically in training because the reality of it is introverts don't like to talk.
Hmm.
We like to be. right? And
Right.
so I didn't realize that I've been branding myself from back then. I've been basically walking in my purpose without
Without
knowing.
knowing it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we all have a purpose, but some people are just too afraid to
Right.
go and see, find out what theirs is.
And I think the purpose can find you. I
Hmm.
think you can seek and find it. I think it can just come in as like an aha moment, you know.
Hmm.
I think even accidents, loss of loved ones, there's a lot of things people have talked about that just kind of pivoted their life in a completely different direction. And I think no matter how it comes to you, your purpose and what it is, I think it's just that's what you say yes to.
Hmm.
If you don't say yes to nothing else, say yes to
To
that.
that.
Because you see that miserableness you say people have, there's this agitation with life because everybody's kind of finding their tribe, finding their purpose, being exactly where they're supposed to be. And when there's people that see others doing that and they know deep down inside, I haven't taken that journey, but I want that.
Hmm.
But you don't want to do,
You don't have to put in the work.
yeah, to get that.
Hmm.
There is going to be an agitation because you're not meant to stay stuck. Nobody's meant to stay stuck. So that agitation is something trying to push you
Hmm.
in the direction of finding that purpose.
I think though, when when some people, right, because something you said a little bit ago, that resonated, right, and it's that if you're in mentorship, if you're being coached or whatever have you, they can't do it for you,
Yeah,
right? And I do believe that you have to take the time to figure out who you are and how you want to present yourself to the world, because the mentor can't tell you how to show up,
yeah,
right? You know, so for me in mentorship, like, I realized that some people, they were basically like every week they had wins, they were growing. I was like, oh God, I feel like I'm not doing anything,
right,
because
right,
I'm slow at doing, because for me it has to sound right,
yeah,
right? um my end goal is to become, is to have a community and to be a coach for introverts, right?
right,
But my thing is, I need to figure it out first. Like, I need to
yeah,
figure out who I want to basically coach, how I want to coach them, and I need to be comfortable spending time with people. You know what I'm saying? It's a process.
yeah,
And I feel like I'd rather take my time. It's kind of like cooking soup. You turn it down and so that it can, like, simmer for a
simmer,
while and
yeah,
everything basically gets together, and it,
mm-hmm, yeah,
you know what I'm
let
saying?
it simmer,
Yeah, you don't want to rush it so it can be like watered down.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So for me, like right now, I'm really enjoying this thing called life. Like, I'm enjoying dancing. Like, if I'm, especially on the weekends, like one of the things that I will definitely miss about summertime is being able to just go outside in the backyard barefoot, dancing like I ain't got no sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And just basically like just appreciating the fact that I have legs that I can, that stand on. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
That I have ears that I can hear the music, and I have rhythm.
Now, as we're talking about rhythm and dancing, somebody told me, I got to put out a disclaimer here.
Uh-huh.
Now, when I made the video about the divine twerk, check that
Uh-huh.
out if you haven't seen it,
I know, I was on it. I was on it.
that I need to put a disclaimer for the people out there who's going to be attempting to do this divine twerking. That has side effects. But understand, if that's not your thing, there's other ways to achieve the same thing. So I said to my guides, I'm like, all right, if somebody's just not comfortable moving their body that way in this very sensual, sexual fashion, what's the other option? And when they told me what it was, I was like, no way. And I was like, get out. And they were like, jump rope,
Uh-huh. Oh.
jump rope.
Uh-huh.
Because we were doing that as even kids. So jump rope creates the same bounce. It creates the same waking up of
A
energy.
wave. Yeah.
Yes, especially if you do jump roping barefoot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you jump rope, now you're so even if you're not good at dancing and stomping in rhythm to generate that energy from the earth, just jump rope.
Yeah.
And if you get the same bounce, it raises your kundalini, connects you with the earth, it raises your energy, and that's another way that you can do it. So I listen, okay, and I
Yes.
put the disclaimer out there.
It's hi, Miss Juliet.
Uh-huh.
It's funny, because I think it was a Monday morning. I was on my way to work, and I think must have been listening to Chronics, and I propped up the camera, and that's when I said, and I danced.
Yeah,
In the moment, I don't think in my brain I had any plans of posting it, but my spirit was like, post it, because I feel like during this time, it's so important to distract yourself from the noise,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And I think that when we show these things, so with you, it's the art,
yeah,
it's basically showing what you're finding in nature.
yeah,
Um, Even if it's for a few minutes, it's an escape for somebody
yeah,
else.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I'm gonna listen to you and post my nature videos. I am.
Yes, and everybody out there, when you go out in
I am.
nature, appreciate it. Okay, I touch the leaves. I've always been like that though. Ever since I've grown up, I'll walk past and I'll just touch up all the leaves and touch the tree bark and stuff like that because nature told me a long time ago, when you appreciate me, I'll appreciate you.
Absolutely.
And I
Listen.
remember one time I was going to a park and there was just these bottles all over the ground, and I'm like, I'm not gonna pick it up. Somebody else will get that. And I had this whole moment of conversation and lecture. And people don't realize when you have those moments where you're getting these downloads outside, these are the trees talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they are our ancestors with a tremendous amount of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go out in nature and you're getting downloads, those trees are having conversations with you. And this conversation said, "You pick it up." And right away, I felt that resistance. Like, well, I gotta pick it up.
What time
I
of it
didn't
put
put
it
it
there?
there. and 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 it's like I just got the message. If you take care of this earth is going to take care of
Take care of
you.
you. Absolutely.
And that's all that
100%.
needed to be said. And so I've anywhere I go and I see trash or I see bottles and I can pick it up, I'll just pick it up because once I get the message and it rings as truth, it don't need to be truth over and over and
No,
over and over again.
because you already got the message.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you can either choose to receive it or not.
yeah.
Yeah. So I have two stories.
All
Well,
right,
first one I'm going to talk about going in the park and hugging trees, right?
okay.
So I love to do that, and it's to the point because before I used to do it if no one's around. Now, right? And the other day I ran from like between three trees, and I was like, "I love you, thank you so much."
Yeah, you got to stop caring about what people think.
I know I don't like I
Yeah,
literally like I'm in a space now where the other day like so I'm not even going to go there. Regarding the litter though, during COVID, it was the tail end of COVID, and at that time I was still working 100% remote, and I went for my run in the morning. It was summertime ish. It was nice outside, and I was coming back home, and there was a lady walking ahead of me, and she dropped a wad of like paper towel,
yeah,
and when she dropped it, she turned around to see if anyone saw her,
yeah,
right? But I was there. She didn't do anything, and I said, "Excuse me, you dropped something back there." Now this is New York, but it bothers me when I see people littering,
yeah. Me
right?
too.
And she said something fierce, and I said something fierce back. And I said, it's because of people like you why our community look the way that it does. And she was like, why don't you put on a mask? Why don't you go pick up the trash? I was just so hurt because people feel like I don't understand, right? And my thing is, I said to her, I said, there's a trash can right there.
Yeah,
I don't understand like why people don't take the time. And the reality of it is, right? Our neighborhoods look the way that it does because we treat it that way.
yeah.
When we go
Everybody,
into other
everybody plays a
communities,
part.
yes.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it's like people who rent property. You walk around, you can tell the rented properties versus the ones who own their home. Because the
Mhm.
people who rent, they don't care.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this like, and that's why like we can only do but so much. We can only do our part. So I go outside, I say thank you. So I get home. Hi tree. Hi this yeah.
Yeah,
Hi
you have to.
colorful.
If I was, because listen, when I did my thing walking around barefoot in my backyard where I lived in Arizona, the neighbors on either side of me, they had cameras up, you know, on their property. There was that split second, a part of me like, they're gonna have me on camera out here just looking like a crazy woman, sweating in this in this heat, walking in circles. But if I would have cared about what they thought, I would have missed the opportunity to get my
Exactly.
message. So
Yep.
you can't care what people think and
Hmm.
miss your moment.
Yeah.
You don't know when that moment is coming.
No.
Where your healing is in that. Your justice is in that. Your resolution is in that.
Everything is in
Your
that.
evolution is in that moment. And you can't let what people are gonna think about you cause you to lose that.
100%.
It's not worth it.
It's not. It's not. It's
No.
funny. When I was in Jamaica, I think it was last August. Excuse me. I thought about, so because I would put my camera up because I like to go running and walking on the beach in the morning, and I would put the camera up, and if anybody's coming, I'm like, ooh. But then eventually I got to the point where like, you know what? I don't care because then I
Yeah.
realized that no one cares.
Yeah.
Like no one literally
Yeah.
like
That
people
part.
are in their own world doing their own thing. They see nothing. So I'm
Yeah.
like, why do I care? Like,
And
why am I
and and
caring?
if you look at how crazy the world is, and I don't even want to say crazy, I think what has happened is certain people had to be the level of crazy they are to have us realize you have permission to just do what you gonna do.
I mean,
It don't have to look like what they doing
nope.
at all. You
It's
know,
it's it's
they're
not
just
excessive.
utilizing the open door.
Yeah,
They're doing what they want to do with
they
it.
do. Yeah,
But it's available. It's like
for
fire.
everyone.
Yeah. If at the first time humans discovered fire, someone took the fire and was burning everyone, you wouldn't want everybody to say, "Oh, the fire's bad, so we ain't gonna use it."
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just what they're using it for. You can use it to cook. You can use it to stay warm. You
Hmm.
can use it to build. So the door is wide open in this era. That's why the stories sound so crazy on the news. Everybody could be what they want to be, say what you want to say, do what you want.
Do what you want to
Nobody
do
cares.
without limits. Like
Yes.
you know that term, you know, living unapologetic. I've heard it for years and years,
Yeah.
but now I understand it better, right? Because now that I'm living my purpose and um, without caring,
Yeah.
um, it hits differently,
Yeah.
right? Because it really is a matter of living without boundaries, within reason.
Yes. Yes. With consideration to other
Yes,
people, because I
yes,
could be exactly who I want to be, and that ain't got nothing to do with you.
absolutely.
And I don't infringe on you. I don't
No.
infringe on your rights. I don't disrupt your peace.
Yep.
I don't force myself into your space. I can to truly be sovereign is to be able to live your life exactly how you want to
Ex-
without disrupting anybody else's.
Absolutely.
Coexist.
Absolutely. Because I mean, the thing is, it's there for everyone. And when I look at some people and how they're able to because I'm going to use my sister as an example. My sister, because this morning I actually put in ChatGPT something about the fact that some people were born confident and with their voice, and people like me find
Yeah,
their voice later in life.
me too.
It's
I'm a
for a
late
reason.
bloomer.
Yeah, right, right. It's for a reason, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade it, right?
Mm,
Because I feel like I'm grateful for my journey in that I'm able to reflect on what I was and see who I am now
right.
and know that I'm going to basically grow into something even greater
Hmm.
tomorrow. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And but there were
Beautiful.
times when I used to say to mommy, I wish I was more like my sister. Because when my sister said, me don't care,
Yeah. She meant it.
she meant it.
She said it with her whole chest.
I said, me don't care. 2 minutes later, we start crying. You
I
know
feel
what
like I think substance. I think success without substance is always going to set you back.
I'm saying? Hmm.
We see a lot of people sometimes they just steamrolling ahead in a life that we're like, man, that was supposed to be mine, or I want to be like that. And just because they're moving fast, it doesn't mean at some point they don't have to slow down. And
Absolutely.
just because you're going slow, it doesn't mean at some point you're not going to speed up.
Absolutely.
But when you're trying to do the substance and the success, this kind of back and forth until it balances, you're gonna go a little slower.
Hmm.
If you don't want the substance in your brand, you could take off like everybody else.
Absolutely.
You're gonna blow up really big, but then it's gonna deflate.
Look here, this is why
Yeah.
me and Turtle get along, because me and Turtle going to be very slow. Me and my turtle going to be very slow. My turtle
Yeah.
won't judge me. I won't judge my turtle.
There you go. So we can kind of wrap it up with that, right? Just
Yeah,
because you're moving at the pace you're moving doesn't mean
absolutely.
it's not right.
Absolutely.
It's the perfect pace for you.
Absolutely.
I say find the joy in it, find the fun in it, and that's worthwhile.
Absolutely. Everybody, you are where you're meant to be,
Yes.
but you're the only one that can take action to make it happen.
Yes. And if you're ever in limbo, if you're ever stuck and you need clarity and a sense of direction, you gotta sit and explore yourself. You always have the answers.
Ask.
Yes, just ask.
All
Just
you
put it
gotta do
out
is
there in the
ask.
universe. What do I need to do?
That's it. I have one of my mentors, Storm Leroy. His he has this thing. It says ASK like on a T-shirt. It says always seek knowledge.
Yeah.
So all you gotta do is just ask.
Yes. And when you find your confidence, share that with other people so they can build theirs.
Yes.
When you feel empowered, empower other people. And when you become successful, help other people succeed. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. Basically,
That's what
like,
it is.
like once you, there's no secret, but once you figure out you,
Yeah.
let people know. You own
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. That's a good time. Thank you, everybody out there in YouTube. We
Yay.
got Julie Bop, Starling,
No, Starling,
Wade.
turtles are not slow, I'm realizing that turtles are really not slow. Them look slow.
Oh, they fast. You ever try to grab one?
Listen, when I go
They
to the
are
park,
quick.
they could be on a rock, and if someone comes by and it's like and it disrupts them, they
Yeah,
dive so fast, and I'm like,
they're quick.
yeah,
Especially those ones with the really long neck. I forgot what I was bottleneck turtles or something like that. That people always try to pick them up and they just stretch that head out and
mm,
bite them real fast. Listen, they don't play.
they don't.
I'm just telling everyone thanks in the chat.
Yay!
I don't even know how to say do this with the YouTube.
Huh?
No, I said I don't know how to access the YouTube comments on Riverside.
I don't think it's in Riverside. We would have to definitely do it on our phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But thank you guys. I love you. I appreciated this talk.
Our first live,
I know. I didn't plan on it, but
huh?
so we didn't plan it this way,
You
but
know
here
what?
it is.
And those are the best ones, right? When you don't plan to do something,
Yeah.
because them say we plan on God laugh. So he's having a nice laugh right now.
I'm glad my stomach wasn't rumbling or none of us farted or anything.
No, we were supposed to. You remember? So the last time we said we were gonna eat, they may have,
Yeah.
but I was drinking my mint tea. It's my
Yeah.
fresh mint tea leaves from my garden.
I was drinking well, eating some frozen OJ.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna have this now.
Okay. I see you. Shout out to all the people out there that love the snack. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you, Antonia.
Thank you, Kay. This was
Thank
wonderful.
you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Starlings. Thank you, Juliet. I think Way left. Thank you, Candace.
Yeah. Oh, Candy Cane. That's my sister.
So while I'm here, when are we doing the art thing?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Since some people are like, oh, you called me out on your show for not doing the artwork, and I don't appreciate it.
Would that have been Starling?
Take your pick. Pick any one of these names. It was Starling. It was Julie Bop. It was Candy. I still don't have nothing from nobody but you. But so I'm gonna wait.
Let me tell you something. I remembered it. It was always in the back of my mind. I went to Dollar Tree and they had these. So I bought
Yeah,
a pack,
yeah.
right? And it was sitting here right here on my desk, and I was like, I gotta do the homework. And then I couldn't remember what date it was, and I was like, should I text her and ask? And I was like, no. So I went on the website and I literally took a screenshot because it said the 10th, and I was like, Whew. And I'm like, okay, one more day. And I thought I was late.
Yeah. So the window's still open.
It
You
was
take a
fun though.
picture of something
It
in
was a fun
nature
exercise. Hmm?
and you, now I'm just letting them know the window's still open. You just take a picture of something in nature, paint it, draw it, recreate it however you want. And it's just meant for you to get creative again. Go to the discount store. They got stuff real. If you go to Ross, go to the section that has art. Ross has a lot of good art stuff. Go to
Michael.
Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree. But especially if you're on a really tight budget, go to Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree got paint, canvas, color pencils. They got those boards. I don't know if you see them,
Yeah.
those flat boards.
Yeah.
Those make great uh, uh, mediums for painting on because it's
Mhm.
so smooth. Sometimes a canvas you have to prime it to get that smoothness, but if you
Yes.
paint on board or
Yeah.
rocks, paint
Yeah.
on river rocks. So you can get those paints and just get creative, especially in times like this. Just open up your creativity.
It's therapy.
Yes, it is. Art is healing.
It is.
All right, Antonia. I love you
Okay, love you
guys.
too,
Bye.
everyone. Thank you for joining us
All right.
with
Now I'll
this
talk.
happy accident.
I know, right? I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Take care,
Bye.
everyone.